If you haven't been following this channel, then you have missed out on what has been a crazy week for Gala Games. We saw the token price go up 128% in just 7 days because of so much crazy news. And wait, this doesn't seem right. Let's refresh the page. Yeah, there we go. A refresh can do a lot here. Now Gala up another 22% today because of what has been going down. First, just to catch you up, guys, we're going to get into this controversy with the burn. We have some new information from Bitbender Brink, the president of blockchain at Gala Games, about how this is a real burn, but we need to talk about that whole controversy. But first, just to catch everyone up, if you have been missing all this craziness that's been going down. So it started off with Gala Games acquiring Ember Entertainment, a mobile game studio with reportedly up to 20 million users that Gala just acquired. And then they said, you know, we aren't effing around in their big announcement. And that led to a ton of excitement. Then right afterwards, Gala Games deleted Townstars Play to Earn Towncoin and replaced it with Gala Crypto. So pretty much they were just saying, you know what, we're going to start making some of our other games, instead of each one having its own currency, literally they're all going to use Gala, which started to get even more people excited about where Gala might go. But that did not stop. The news has been crazy. Then we learned that Miranda's game, which is Gala's flagship in-house massive multiplayer online role-playing game that Michael McCarthy is developing, and he is a super successful game developer, that even they are going to start using Gala. This should have had a dollar sign here as its in-game currency. Materium is still going to be the magic. But once again, guys, everyone's like, what? This led to more bullishness for Gala coin. More people are like, oh my gosh, like millions of players potentially are going to be using Gala as the in-game currency in what could be a massive game. Like, that's going to lead to so much more potential market cap. But that wasn't it. The news wasn't over yet. Then we heard that Gala Games was going to start burning all Gala spent in their NFT store. And I made a whole video about that. So if you've been missing what's been going on, you missed a crazy week of wild announcements. And yeah, that's how we got Gala from like, it was a third of a cent. It was 14 days ago. It was 1.5 cents. It was 1.5 cents, guys. And now it's 5 cents. Like, that is crazy, all of that news that's been going down. But it hasn't been without controversy, right? As nothing ever is without controversy. So there's been a lot of haters recently saying, whoa, you guys aren't burning all the Gala that's spent in the store. What you're doing here is not a real burn. So we just had, if we look here down at the bottom, this is the Gala Games Discord channel. We had Bitbender, Jason Brink, the president of blockchain at Gala, say, I wrote up a bit of an analogy to help everyone understand the burn and mint process. Check it out. So I have seen a lot of people confused about this in the comment section of our videos as well. So let's see what Jason had to say about what's actually going on here. Is Gala actually being burned en masse? Like, is this actually super bullish for Gala coin going forward? Or are they trying to trick us here? Because if they're trying to trick us, we will not have it. So let's see what Jason said. So he said, I was having a conversation with the community in Gala Games Gold community and wrote this up to help people understand how the burn mint process for Gala will work. Check it out. That's what we're doing, Mr. Bitbender. There will be more information released on this next week, but this is a start. So guys, if you want to hear this new information as well, make sure you're subscribing to the channel. So this is what he says here. I was just having a conversation with the Gala Gold community. So I hope, so it works like this. Sorry, we already read that top part in the actual tweet. Imagine that you have two flasks, one above another. The top flask, unminted supply, has a dropper that drips water, node emissions, into the bottom flask, circulating supply, at a certain rate. The more water that is left to drop, the faster it drops because of water pressure. This is like the unminted supply. The more unminted supply there is, the more emission pressure there is to force tokens out through the nodes. The amount of water between the two flasks can never be more than 50 billion units, which is the max supply of Gala Games crypto token. Now imagine that you have a pipette, burn, and take some water out of the bottom flask and put it in the plant on your desk. This is what Gala's doing. But before you do, you measure it. Then you go to the sink and get the same amount of different water and put it into the top flask, increasing the amount left to drop and increasing the drip pressure. If you do this with a lot of water, almost empty the bottom flask, people really need more water in the ecosystem. So more is added back to the top flask and it's going to drip faster. If nobody is taking water out of the bottom flask, then it slows down. Halvings. The water that is put in the plant will never end up back in the bottom flask or top flask. It's gone forever. So this Gala that's being spent in the Gala store is really burned, he's saying, but new Gala can be minted up to the max supply. But remember, the Gala that's getting paid out is getting halved every single year. So let's keep on saying what he's saying here. So this is basically the same way that Ethereum works, he says. But I think the critique that you guys are going to have listening to this is probably the very first critique here that someone had on Twitter. They said, thanks for the explanation, but it still sounds like a vicious cycle. This system nullifies the burn. What's the point of the burn then? And then Jason responds, no, this is incorrect. If you burnt 100 tokens right now, that additional space wouldn't be filled for years and years. If the demand is super high, then it could speed up the total supply decrements down. But that means there is tons of demand. And then he says further here, however, if only 100 Gala is burned, then the total supply room created by that action would allow the mint of the first Gala to the nodes from that new supply in February of 2040, if my math is correct. Okay, guys, so essentially he's saying that you're not going to see any of this Gala again. If 100 was burned, for example, you would not see any of this 100 Gala again until February of 2040, based off of the math that Bitbender is doing. Now, one thing that was really interesting in this, and just I want to share both sides like as evenly as I can here. I'm not just a Gala shill. So one thing it looked like was that maybe if nobody is taking water from the bottom flask and it slows down halvings, it sounds like, I don't know, something in this makes me feel like, maybe that's not the specific line, that they might not do halvings if there's just like no Gala supply anymore. Like they might take a pause on halvings or something. But he did not explicitly say that. So maybe I'm reading into that way too much. So yeah, guys, that is where we have it. So I think after that clarification from Bitbender that no, like this Gala being spent in the store is actually being destroyed and like you're never going to see it again. Now the total like max supply is still the same number. So eventually in 2040, maybe you see nodes minting some of this again, but the whole ecosystem, the whole space is going to be so different by then that it's not impacting today at all. Like this Gala is actually getting burned today. So hopefully that provides some clarification for you. I'm curious to know in the comments what you guys think about this though. Calling this a burn, is this disingenuous or is this literally a burn the same way that ETH burns stuff? And the haters are just being a little bit crazy here. But either way, whatever your opinion is, if this whole space is interesting to you and you care about the future of on-chain gaming and about how having games on the blockchain can empower gamers and healthy digital economies can provide opportunities worldwide, or you just want to fill your bags with Gala coin, then make sure you're hitting subscribe and subscribing to our channel. As you can see, I have been covering this entire saga in depth with so much content. We've been publishing about 4 videos a day recently, which has just been absolutely crazy. So I appreciate all your thumbs up and all of your subscribing. And until the next video, everyone, have fun roaming the metaverse.